Good morning to everyone. In the lecture 5 of Design of Machine Elements, we are going to study about a new topic, fatigue, fatigue stress, design for variable loading, and Goodman equation, Soderberg equation, etc. Okay, fatigue failure. We are going to study about the fatigue failure. In our strength of material subject, we have studied tensile stress, compressive stress, torsional shear stress, hoop stress, and longitudinal stress, etc. But in this design of machine element subject, in the unit 1, we are going to study a new stress called the fatigue stress or endurance limit stress. Endurance strength stress. Okay, endurance stress. Endurance limit stress. It is denoted by the symbol sigma minus 1. Sigma suffix minus 1. So, when the material is subjected to variable loading, okay, we are now in this unit we are studying variable design for variable loading. When a material is subjected to variable loading, the material will fail well below its yield limit. Okay, that is called fatigue failure. Okay, fatigue stress. This limit is called as fatigue limit, and the stress induced is called as endurance stress or fatigue stress. Okay, that is material will fail well below its yield point. Usually, ductile materials will fail at its yield point. Okay, but when it is subjected to variable loading or when it is subjected to fatigue, okay, so because of that, material will fail below the yield limit. So that yield limit is called as fatigue stress or endurance limit stress. Okay. In material, generally two types of failure will occur. Okay. The fracture or failure. There are two types of fracture: a ductile fracture and brittle fracture. Okay. Ductile fracture are completely different from brittle fracture. Ductile fracture doesn't show, ductile fracture shows some warning. Brittle fracture doesn't show any warning. Without any warning, that failure of the material will occur. But in failure, ductile fracture, ductile failure mechanism, it is mainly applicable for soft materials like mild steel, and this brittle failure mechanism is applicable mainly for brittle materials such as cast iron. In the ductile materials, initially it will elongate. So it will elongate beyond the yield limit. Okay, the material will elongate. So it gives some warning. But in the brittle failure, it will not give any warning. Without any warning, the failure of the material will occur. Finally, first a micro crack will appear in the material, and the micro crack will become a macro crack. Okay, it will become a macro crack finally. This type of failure will occur very nearer to the holes present in the material, or any splines or any projected parts present in the material. Okay, no warning before failure. So the fatigue failure, it will not give any warning. It appear to be a brittle failure. It is appear to be a brittle failure. The causes of fatigue failure. The main cause is variable stress, and other causes are rapid changes in cross section, keyways, holes, and sliding pairs, gears, cams, and bearings present in the shaft. Stamp marks, scratches, tool marks, and burr present in the material. Subsurface defects like voids, segregation, and hard precipitates, inclusions, crystal discontinuities in the material. Temperature cycles, and corrosive environment are also the causes for fatigue failure. Okay, this endurance limit or the fatigue stress sigma minus 1 can be measured using this setup, using this apparatus. This is a specimen. It is measured in the fatigue testing apparatus. So this is a standard specimen. In the standard specimen here, and the fatigue load is applied. Fatigue load is a variable load. That is, one half of the cycle it is subjected to tension, and remaining half of the cycle it is subjected to compression. For example, in a crankshaft of an IC engine, one half of the cycle, that is for 180 degree it is subjected to tensile force, and remaining 180 degree it is subjected to compressive loads. So this specimen is in the specimen rotates in the fatigue testing apparatus. Okay, the readings are noted by a digital counter. A digital counter notes the number of rotations. Okay, so when it rotates up to 10 power 6 cycles, the fatigue stress is more. After 10 power 6 cycles, the fatigue stress becomes less. Okay, and it will be constant. So 10 power 6 cycles. So at the end in the 10 power 6 cycles, the fatigue stress becomes constant. So this limit is taken as a fatigue stress limits. So at lower rotations, fatigue stress is more. When the number of rotations increases further, at 10 power 6 cycles, the fatigue limit becomes constant, and this limit is taken as the endurance limit. In this diagram, 50 kilopascal. 50 kilopascal is the endurance limit. If you take the ultimate limit, this is ultimate limit, SU. Ultimate limit is 120, but the fatigue limit is only 50. It is less than, it is much less than that endurance limit, or it is much less than the sigma y, that is the yield limit. Okay, so 50 is the endurance limit stress. So number of cycles. So this is a fatigue stress. Fatigue stress is fatigue strength, that is endurance limit strength. Sigma minus 1 is 50. Sigma u, ultimate strength is nearly around 110. Okay. So at 10 power 6 cycles, it will become flat. The curve become flat. Okay. This value is taken as the fatigue limit strength. So this is the specimen, and this specimen is rotated in the fatigue testing apparatus, and the results are noted, and the graph can be obtained for this material. So next one, then design for variable loading. Design for variable loading. Okay, so the upper fibers of the design for variable loading. Okay, upper fibers of the beam under compression, and lower fibers are tensile after half revolution, and point B occupies position point A and point A occupies position B. This type of stress is called as variable stresses. The stress which vary from one value of compressive to same value of tensile, or vice versa, known as completely reverse or cyclic stresses. Okay, cyclic stresses. Okay, one value of tension to other value of compression. Okay, this is called as reversed or cyclic stresses. The stresses which vary from minimum value to the maximum value of same nature is called as fluctuating stress. So minimum value to maximum value. This type of stress is called as, the diagram E is called as fluctuating stress. The stresses which vary from 0 to a certain maximum value are called repeating stresses. 0 to a maximum value. 0 to maximum value. 0 to maximum value is called as a repeating stress. This is a repeating stress. The diagram F is a repeating stress. The stress which vary from minimum value to maximum value to the opposite nature is called as alternative stress. Okay. So this is also an alternative stress. Okay. In this formula, in this diagram, the two types of stresses are very important. In variable stress, the two types of stresses are very important. That is a mean stress. So suppose take the diagram F. This is the center line is called the mean stress. The mean stress equal to sigma max plus sigma minimum. This is sigma minimum. Sigma max plus sigma minimum by 2. Variable stress equal to sigma max minus sigma minimum by 2. Okay, sigma m equal to sigma max plus sigma minimum by 2. Sigma a or sigma v, generally it is taken as sigma v. Sigma v equal to sigma max minus sigma minimum by 2. Okay, sigma m and sigma v. You understand, from the two the diagram, we have to calculate the maximum stress and the variable stress. Okay, maximum stress and the minimum stress. Then Goodman equation. So a Goodman equation how to be? This Goodman equation, we are going to study three types of equation in the variable stresses. One is Goodman equation, then Soderberg equation, and Gervais equation. Okay, so this is a Goodman method. In the Goodman method, so this is called the sigma u. That is, it is applicable for brittle material. So sigma u. Okay, this is a endurance limit stress. So it is in the x-axis sigma u is taken, and in the y-axis sigma e, endurance limit stress, is taken. So this is sigma e and sigma u. They are joined by a straight line. And factor of safety, the factor of safety divided by sigma u by factor of safety is point D, and sigma e or sigma minus 1. Okay, this is a fatigue stress. Fatigue stress by factor of safety is point C. So C and D are joined together. Then this point P is that mean stress. Okay, that we have studied in the earlier slide. Sigma mean equal to sigma max plus sigma minimum by 2. Okay, and sigma v equal to sigma max minus sigma minimum by 2. So this is sigma max and this is sigma v up to this point. PQ is sigma v and RP is sigma m. Sigma m equal to sigma max plus sigma minimum by 2. Sigma v equal to sigma max minus sigma minimum by 2. Okay, these two sigma m and sigma v. Okay, so the Goodman equation, this is the Goodman equation. 1 by factor of safety equal to sigma m by sigma u plus sigma v divided by sigma e, sigma minus 1 into Kf, stress concentration factor. Okay, 1 by factor of safety value, okay, equal to sigma m, mean stress, divided by sigma u. Sigma u is ultimate strength, and sigma v is a variable stress, that is it is a sigma max minus sigma minimum by 2, and sigma minus 1 or sigma e, this is the endurance limit stress or fatigue stress, into fatigue stress concentration factor. You have to multiply fatigue stress concentration factor with the stress. Okay, this equation is called as Goodman equation. Okay, there are some factors. Load factor, Ka is a load factor, KSF is a Ks is a size factor, KSF is a surface finish factor, Kf is a fatigue factors. Okay, Kf is a fatigue stress concentration factor. Fatigue stress concentration factor. We have to multiply Ka, Ks and Ksf with the values of sigma minus 1 and K. We have divided the value by the sigma v value. Okay, Ka, Ks, Ksf, Kf. Okay, in this equation, sigma e into Ka into K size factor into K surface finish factor divided by fatigue stress concentration factor. This equation is called as Goodman equation. Then Soderberg equation. Instead of sigma u, we have to take sigma y. That is, this is a yield strength. Okay, this equation is applicable for ductile material. So you have OB is sigma y. Okay, and this is sigma minus 1 or sigma e. This is a yield strength. This is a fatigue strength or endurance limit strength. So sigma e. The join AB, this line is called as Soderberg line, and divided by factor of safety. Dividing by factor of safety, point D is obtained. Sigma E by factor of safety, point C is obtained. Join these two, and this is sigma m, mean stress. Sigma m is sigma m. This is sigma v. So Soderberg equation is 1 by factor of safety equal to sigma m by sigma y. Sigma m by sigma y. Instead of sigma u, you have to put sigma y. Sigma v by sigma minus 1 into Ka, K size factor, K surface finish factor into Kf. Okay, divided by Kf. Okay, you have to put. So this is Soderberg equation. Then we'll discuss